War, a scourge that breaks out wherever different faiths meet. Being the last of the pagan kingdoms, Lithuania faces a bloody destiny. Hunted by the Teutonic knights, they must give up their false gods, or they must risk giving up their lives instead in an ungodly war.
Nice. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, on the off chance this goes on YouTube, and it is looking like an off chance at the moment because there's not an awful lot of people watching today, it feels like. I blame the nice weather, mostly. Welcome to Medieval 2 Total War. Years ago, we did a live-streamed Medieval 2 Total War campaign. It was one of the other Kingdoms expansion campaigns. It was the Britannia one. And even to this day, I still occasionally get comments from people saying how good it was and they really enjoyed it. So, just recently, I don't know, I sort of got the Medieval 2 itch again for a little while, and I thought, maybe we'll tackle another Kingdoms campaign. And I thought, well, maybe I'll have a go at the Teutonic Campaign, because I've never actually played that one before. Kingdoms expansion for Medieval 2 basically was a set of 4 new campaigns you could play. The Britannia one, which we did previously on the channel. You can go look it up. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can go look it up. It's on the channel. The VODs for it were saved to YouTube, so... there was a Britannia one. There was the Americas one with the Conquistadors and the Aztecs. There was the Crusades one, which is, needs no further explanation, really. And then there was this one, the Teutonic Campaign, based on the Northern Crusades that the Teutonic Order launched against the pagan kingdom of Lithuania, which is, I guess if you're not from Eastern Europe, it's probably not like a period of medieval history you're super familiar with. You might recognize the weird helmets these guys wear, but that's probably about it. I don't know much about it myself, actually, which is kind of what makes me curious. V1 Galen, thank you very much for 2 months of subbage. Welcome back. And Bend of Ben, thanks very much for tuning in as well, because I just noticed you're a first-time chatter. I thought for a second there you were a subscriber, but the notifications look incredibly similar at my end. Anyway, thanks for tuning in. So, yes, basically, that's what we're playing. The Kingdoms expansion, and specifically the Teutonic Campaign. Which has its own little soundtrack that's separate from the rest of the game and everything. Like, they did a really good job with these little expansion campaigns. I actually genuinely prefer the expansion campaigns over the actual, like, regular one from the main game. I think they're genuinely better. So, let's crack on with it. Single player. Teutonic Campaign. Hopefully the audio's all fine and dandy. I know the cutscene might have been a little on the loud side. Hopefully we'll be okay. I tried my hand at a little bit of audio balancing and testing before the stream started, but without listening to actual playback, it's difficult to really tell. So, select faction. We have 4 to choose from. There are actually more in the campaign, but they're not playable. There's the Teutonic Order, Lithuania, Denmark, and Novgorod, which are available to us currently. Greeny119, thanks very much for the 2 months of subbage as well. Let's read the background of the Teutonic Order at least. Get a bit of historical background here. The Teutonic Order, fueled by a need to redeem their souls through conquest, has grown into an unrivaled military power on the shores of the Baltic. Their religious fervour, and this is 1250 AD, by the way, their religious fervour comes at a great cost to the lives of their pagan and orthodox neighbours, but even their fellow Catholics are not exempt. They war with many and are trusted by none. In other words, a bunch of Class A dickheads. Poland looks on with fear, concerned where the fervent expansion of the Order will take them next, and when they will turn their greedy gaze to Poland. The Orthodox people of Novgorod, always mindful of the atrocities they suffered during the Order's failed attempt on their great city, stand strong and ready for further assaults. Denmark remains neutral, but grows wary of the Order's presence in the Baltic and watchful of their increased interest in trade. The Holy Roman Empire watches the Order's actions like a proud parent, but the Knights are forging their own great empire. It is the pagans of Lithuania, however, that feel the full force of the Order's zeal and the sting of their swords. Hunting pagans has become almost a sport, with the so-called crusaders flocking in from the west to kill their share. The Order's might comes from its knights, whose skills are unmatched by any in these lands. However, men of this quality are in short measure and must not fall at the hand of a peasant's crossbow. For the Order to succeed, they must forge their own great empire by whatever means necessary: conquest, conversion, or extermination. Now, unsurprisingly, like most knightly orders of this period of history, they didn't go the distance. These guys, they didn't stick around for very long. We're not going to be playing as them. Screw the Teutonic Order, a bunch of douchebags. I'm going to play as Pagan Lithuania because they, frankly, are way more interesting to me. Labelled as heathens by their neighbours, the Balts are some of the last remaining pagan worshippers in the region. Under the leadership of the great Mindaugas, they have been compelled to unify under the banner of the Kingdom of Lithuania. The new kingdom achieved some early military success and earned respect as a true nation of the region. The gods have been with them so far, bringing hope that their culture and beliefs will continue to prosper through many Lithuanian generations. Lithuania is locked in a bitter war with the Teutonic Order and their parent nation, the Holy Roman Empire. With no clear resolution in sight, it is likely that Lithuania will be forced to leave their pagan ways and convert to Christianity, or be slaughtered to the last man. However, Lithuania knows that many fear the greedy expansion of the Teutonic Order. By working to maintain peace with their other neighbours, and through clever diplomacy, they may be able to form an alliance to destroy the common foe. Lithuania can draw much strength by holding to the old ways, following the pagan gods of Perkunas, Giltine, and Dievas, who I've mispronounced all three of those, will unleash religious warriors that instill fear in the hearts of all men. However, surrounded by Christian armies on all sides, the Lithuanians may be forced to change their ways to avoid death, enslavement, or exile at the hands of the Christians. Choosing the right time to convert from paganism to Christianity will be central to Lithuania's long-term success. Lithuania's strength in battle lies in its light cavalry and religious zealots, though both are lightly armoured and must use the cover of thick woods or skirmishing tactics. Surprise and speed will be Lithuania's greatest assets, making good use of the open plains and thick woods prevalent of their homelands. Lithuania must use surprise and guerrilla tactics to weaken the heavier armies of their opponents, and then disappear as they had come, like ghosts. They're not actually surrounded on all sides by the Christians, by the way, because there's that brown-looking faction down at the bottom there. That's actually the Mongols. Sort of around about the time they were occupying Hungary and that sort of area, I think. So the Mongols are actually on the map as well, though unfortunately we can't play as them, as amusing as that would be. Too bad you can't play as Poland. Yeah, you can't, can you? It's sort of a bit of a shame. That might have been my first choice, but unfortunately, I probably wouldn't have had a very interesting unit roster, is the thing. It's probably why they're not playable, really. Novgorod was another interesting choice, actually. But I think Lithuania might have the... it's got the upper hand for me in terms of, like, unique units and a fun roster and stuff. Oh, Christ, here we go. My internet is not being very reliable today. I've only dropped 202 frames, which is not a lot, but still, it's suddenly just... My bitrate just went to 0 for some reason. Well, that's annoying. There's always the one day you don't do a speed check before starting the stream, isn't it? That's when it starts to play silly buggers with you. Seems to be back to normal now, but yeah, I don't like it when it does that. It usually means there's something going on in the background it doesn't like. Alright, anyway, yeah, Lithuania is going to be, because I think they have a super interesting unit roster. And probably quite an interesting playstyle. So let's go. Oh, I'm making sure all of this is correct. Let's see, manage all cities, yes. So show CPU moves, yes. No battle time limit, yes. Medium battle difficulty, medium campaign difficulty, and no advice, no advisor. Sod off advisor. And short campaign as well, hold 35 regions, I think, including Marienburg, Kiev, and eliminate factions, the Teutonic Order. So that'd be 35. Let's see, we start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's still quite a lot to conquer, you know. So, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. If we conquered all of the Teutonic Order, we'd still only have 19 provinces. Wow, okay. Well, I don't even know if we're going to finish this campaign, to be honest with you, because it depends on how many people are actually interested in watching, but that's quite a tall order for a short campaign. If you turn it to long, it goes up to 45. I remember that the Crusade campaign had some really short campaign objectives, like something like take 10 provinces. It was really short, but not so in this one, apparently. All right, let's do this. Oh yeah, you can see an overview of our strengths and weaknesses here. In our case, it's excellent light cavalry. Weakness is militia-grade soldiers lacking in discipline. Oh goody!
The brooding forests of the Baltic, home to the old gods, now home to war. The ruthless knights of the Teutonic Order, who came to deal with Pagan Lithuania at Poland's request, now carve a bloody swathe across the land. The Lithuanian pagans fight with grim determination, yet the path of the Holy Cross may be inevitable. Surrounding this bloody conflict, sleeping giants begin to stir. Novgorod, a powerful republic, jealously guarding its freedom and trade. The mighty Danes, renowned as seafarers and warriors, willing to back their ambitions with brute force. And of course, Poland, a proud kingdom, once allied to the Teutonic Knights, now battered and regretful, must face the demons it unleashed. Ambition, greed, faith, total war.
Nice. I miss when Total War games had cool intro cutscenes. Right.
We're watching.
I suppose some of them still do. The Total Warhammer ones have some pretty cool intro cutscenes. Pete, hello. Thank you very much for 23 months of subbage. Yeah, nearly 2 years. Shockingly. Alright, welcome to the campaign map, everybody. Welcome to Lithuania. Pagan Lithuania. Right. So, right off the bat, we are surrounded. That's always great. Mongols down here. There's a few little rebel provinces here and there we could try and snap up. The Novgorodians up here. The Teutonic Order up here and down here. Although I think these were the Teutonic Order and these were the Livonian Order, technically, but whatever. Same faction, ultimately, really. And then down here somewhere, presumably, is Poland and Denmark over here and so on and so forth. I don't think we super care about those guys right now to any particularly huge degree. I think that, yeah, there's some of the Polish down there. We mostly care about the Teutonic douchebags. And because this is medieval too, we're gonna probably end up at war with everybody eventually anyway, but you know. Right, let's examine a few things. First of all, how's our budget? Projected profits 1,000 ducats or florins or whatever it is in this game.
How may I serve?
We have a pagan priest. Quite a few pagan priests actually. We have a merchant.
Ready to trade.
Let's find something he can go and, you know, do merchant stuff with. Salt. Yeah, sure, why not?
Yes, my lord. Setting up a trade route.
Never really do much for the merchants in this game, I have to admit. Where do we want to send our... Let's have a look at the religion breakdown for most of our cities. Okay, that's like 90% pagan. 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 Pagan-ish. Bit of heresy, bit of orthodox, bit of Catholic down there. Let's move you...
How may I serve? God's servant.
Down there we go.
Of course.
Oh, you can just mouse over it. I forgot when you've got the priest selected, you can just mouse over. Much easier. That's 60% pagan. Go over there. Do a bit of preaching.
God's servant.
It's only 30% pagan down here. Well, that won't do. Here in Minsk. What do we got? Lots of peasants and Baltic archers. And some Tartar lancers. Here, and this is one of our precious few little castles. There's another one, Palanga, over here. Castles in this game don't get you as much money, but you do build better troops there. I believe we get the really good units, though, as Lithuania, if we build these altars to the different gods. Dzukian horsemen, which are like horse archers. Samogutian axemen, who are just dudes with big axes. Latvian crossbowmen. I don't know which is best, honestly. The crossbowmen are probably quite good. The horse archers are probably really good.
Ready to trade. Orders, my lord.
Pagan stonks are down 30%, yep. Human horse archers. We get a lot of random units as Lithuania. This is quite fun. Tautvilas the Chivalrous. Who's our faction leader, actually? It's Grand Duke Mindaugas the Chivalrous. I see. Religiously proper. Champion of honor. Etc., etc. Do we have any diplomats? Lists, agents. We don't. We have one merchant and 3 priests. I could probably do with a diplomat. If I can recruit one somewhere. Vilnius? Yes, let's get a diplomat. Let's see. We can build some siege engines here. We can build these Dzukian horsemen. What have you got in your army right now, mate? Town militia, cavalry militia. Estonian rebels. Baltic archers. Bro, this is not good, dude. This is not very good. Get some horse archers.
Yes.
Got this little army here, led by Prince. I'm just gonna call him Vilkas because I can't pronounce the rest. He's got some more horse archers. Two flavors of horse archer, actually. Which one's better, out of curiosity? Looks like the Zukians are better. On the whole. More Baltic archers and peasants.
Orders, my king.
These, we might as well not even use these. I'm going to disband them. So they're less than worthless. They're proper bad.
Orders, my king. Of course.
You can go join them. You can take the catapults with you.
March. Combining troops.
Now these ones highlighted in blue we don't have to pay upkeep for, which is nice.
Orders, my king.
Get rid of these peasants. Ooh, funky axemen with gigantic collars. Hailing from the large western region of Lithuania known as Samogitia, these axemen were among the heaviest infantry units available to Lithuanian armies. The two-handed axe is their weapon of choice, with heavy mail or partial plate being the armor they are most often sighted wearing. Attack 16! Nice! Also got some Tartar lancers. They could be useful. Having lost their homelands to the Mongol horde, these Volga Tartars have made their way to Lithuania, where they now look to establish a new society. When called on to defend their lands, they ride into battle dressed in lamella armor and are with a sharpened sword in hand, determined to succeed at the task they have once failed before. A sharpened sword, good to know, as opposed to a blunt one. What can we build here? We can build Estonian rebels. And frankly, I want some from them, some of those friggin' axemen. They look great. So build me one of those and some roads. In fact, roads would be a great idea across the board. You can have some land clearance. Just because we're pagans doesn't mean we can't use roads, people. Ooh, hello. Mines. Yes. Actually, is there somewhere else we can build mines as well? I think. Can we build them here? Yes, we can. Screw the roads. Mines. In here, I thought lancers would go into battle with a lance. Go figure. I know, right?
Orders, my lord.
Grab you guys. Send you that way.
Joining forces.
What have you got here? Sudovian tribesmen. They do not look very good. More peasants that are even worse. And Latvian crossbowmen. Missile attack 11 seems quite good, you know. Missile attack 7.
Yes, lord.
Missile attack 6. Yeah, 11 missile attack is... That's quite good. Actually, that is really quite good. Let's march you guys up here. You're going to go join that army.
We move onward tomorrow.
Get a little force together here and go attack this place, I wonder.
How may I serve?
Or this place. Now, I think we do start at war with the Teutonic Order. Yeah, we do, so... Yeah, dealing with these guys is going to be fun. They're going to have so much better troops than us. But hey, whatever. We'll figure out a way. I'm thinking if I leave a unit of cavalry militia behind. Oh boy, Minsk is not happy. Alright, just lower the tax rate for now. Can we raise it anywhere else? It's not going to be good for population growth, but we need cash. Now, I did do some reading about Pagan Lithuania before the stream. Interesting place. As much as the Teutonic Order were dickheads, the Pagan Lithuanians, I'm not going to go ahead and say that they were especially nice by the sounds of them either. They did practice human sacrifice on captives, for example. And they had a weird cultural thing whereby widows of men who'd been killed in battle were compelled to commit ritual suicide to join their men in the afterlife. And when, like, a great pagan Lithuanian lord died, all of his servants and horses would be killed as well and sent into his grave with him for the same reason. So they were they had some interesting beliefs. Now there is an element of this where there's like some. there's some unreliable narrators going on in a lot of the information we know about it, because for one thing, a lot of what was written about them was written by Westerners, and additionally, lots of modern politics got involved as well. You know, like Lithuanians weren't allowed to do a huge amount of research into their own history for a very long time, and anything they did do had to be sort of like checked by the government, because of course Lithuania for a long time in the 20th century was part of the Soviet Union, and the Soviet Union didn't take kindly to them really saying anything particularly positive about an independent Lithuania. So like any kind of historical research for most of the 20th century was just completely, you know, disallowed. So unfortunately we don't know as much about pagan Lithuania as we probably ought to. So you have to take a lot of what we know about it with a pinch of salt. But yes, there are accounts of them doing these things, that's for sure. But again, it's sort of tempered with certain other elements, like they did practice human sacrifice on their captives, but apparently they often specifically chose that the victims of these sacrifices would very often specifically be particular Western Crusaders who had a reputation as being right bastards, who had committed various war crimes and stuff, and they would usually pick them to be sacrificed as a sort of payback, you know, as a revenge. Oh, the gold over there. What would I get if I sent my 82 florins per turn? Might send a merchant over there. So, yes. Much like most of the Middle Ages, everybody was a bit of a bastard, but unfortunately we don't know as much as we'd like to about pagan Lithuania, which is a bit of a shame. I was going to say, we don't need to build any siege equipment, because they don't have any walls here. Although, one moment, I just want to see... Oh, we do have some mercenaries available. I'll try and get by without them for now. We march to our enemy's doom. I didn't do a huge amount of research into the Teutonic Order, but I mean, we can be probably fairly sure that, given that they were Crusaders, they probably did all sorts of truly awful shit. So, typical Crusader bullshit, basically. Ooh, it's like a sort of hill fort thing. That's interesting. Do we get a little general speech? I'm curious.
Anyone would think that our enemies are French, or perhaps English sheep.
Oi.
Still, a sound thrashing will improve them no end. Advance!
We get like a mini speech, it looks like. Alright, oh god, the worst thing about this is the friggin' old school Total War controls. It'd be really nice if they did a remaster of this like they did with Rome and gave it like the modern updated control scheme. That would be real good. I mean, bloody hell, this place is like... I was not expecting this, I gotta be honest with you. I'm used to the standard medieval 2 campaign villages, which is just like a little square. This is like a whole... yeah, it's like a whole hill fort type deal. Pretty cool though. So I guess we'll deploy down here at the bottom of this. Cavalry militia. Ugh. Oh, they do have javelins they can throw at least. That's something. It's our general's bodyguard, like. They just, your standard sort of... yeah, standard-ish. Dudes in chainmail, they've got spears and shields. Decent enough stats. Probably wouldn't be able to go toe-to-toe with the Teutonic bodyguard, but hey. Right, what do they got waiting for us up here? Baltic archers, peasants, and unsure. Looks like more archers. Alright, let's go, I guess. I don't think our archer's going to be particularly helpful in this little scenario here. Are they just running back to the square? You know what? Chase them. They're surprisingly quick, these peasants, you know. Yeah, try not to let the general die like an idiot. Hopefully against peasants he won't, but you never know, do you, in this game? Oh, hello, they've stopped. Some of them are turning around. Alright, and probably... I don't know if the old Rome Total War rally command clip thing glitch works in this. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make him stop and play an animation. Oh, good. Well, we're getting the campaign off to a grand start with a bit of good old-fashioned town pathfinding, where my cavalry will refuse to actually charge properly. Gotta love that.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Chuck some sticks at these boys. I think they're trying to shoot back. It's not really working out for them. Yeah, keep at it, I guess. That's the general getting on. Killing peasants, basically. Hey, Armchair Wizards. Love the Total War games. I love most of them. It's a difficult series to get on with sometimes because it's sort of a... It's one of those game series like, I don't know, like Resident Evil or something where like it's not uniform quality across the board, shall we say.
The enemy general is no
Oh,
true
good.
man.
Somewhere in that mess we killed him.
Field of battle and abandons his men to their fate.
You guys in skirmish mode? Yeah, you are. Hopefully a pathfinder
Mighty
doesn't
Lord
get you.
above, we have captured the enemy's general.
Oh, nice.
That will teach the cowardly dog to turn tail and run.
Captain Stanislav. This battle music is an absolute banger. Get him!
Only half the enemy force
Do we have any left in the
remains.
middle? We need them to rout. If we can get these guys to rout before they reach the town square, we can just instantly win it. Get them, boys. Come on. Stop just ambling along there and charge them.
Look,
There we go.
Our cowardly foe runs. It is time to this is a
There we
clear
go. Lovely.
victory that
4 men
only
lost.
men of great virtue and valor.
I'll take that. Any promotions or anything? One casualty healed from the general's bodyguard. 2 experience gained. Lovely. Took a lot of prisoners.
They deserved nothing less than death. They are broken.
We'll just occupy.
We are triumphant.
They're mostly, I think they're mostly pagan, this settlement, aren't they? Yeah, 85% pagan, so they're our guys. Build some land clearance. Alright, cool. We took a village. Bloody well fortified village, but we took a village. I wonder if the Mongols will be annoyed about that. Probably.
Yes.
We're watching you.
Yes.
Scum.
Anything else we want to move and shuffle around here? Oh, there is these guys, but I think I might leave you there in case the Teutonics decide to attack from Riga. Recruit some more of them axemen, though. In fact, you know what? I changed my mind. I don't want to build that grove. I want to build... we can recruit axemen from that town, so let's get some of those... let's see. Can I recruit Latvian crossbowmen in Kaunas? Or is it this place? Yeah, I can recruit. Well, not very many of them, though. I think the axemen are going to, we're going to need something to go, you know, to attack the actual knights with. So they're heavy infantry. So I think we probably. Samagish and axemen, Latvian crossbowmen, and then the horse archers. Kind of a tough choice, honestly. I think I'm going to go with the axemen. I think we could really get some work done with those guys. Shady, thank you very much for 29 months of savage. Much appreciated. Welcome back. Look at that bastard, that bishop there. Yeah. I need spies. I feel like that's what I need. What do I need for spies? I think you need to build like a tavern or something, don't you? Or is it a brothel? Yeah, I need to build a brothel at some point. Get spies. We do have some watchtowers we actually start the game with, which is handy. But yeah, I need spies. Need to know what they're up to. Can he convert to the religions? You know what? I don't know. Historically, the Lithuanians did convert to Christianity, and then proceeded to wallop the ever-loving shit out of the Teutonic Knights. But I don't know if it's possible to actually do that in the game. Is the thing. I don't know, and I don't know if there would actually be any benefit to it either. How are our financials looking now? Projected profits minus 5,900. Yeah, we are spending a lot of it though. I'll have 4k left next turn. Alright. Alright, what are they up to then? Shuffling some of their dudes around. Even that there, merchant. Candidate for adoption. I mean, I guess. He's decent loyalty. Religious, fair fighter, eager, social drinker. Alright, sure. New mission. Take rebel settlements. That place. Ugh. Didn't even notice that. This little village gonna be okay if I leave.
Yeah.
Leave a couple of town militia there. Looks like they'll behave themselves. Can even raise the tax rate a bit.
Your will shall be obeyed. Orders, my lord. My lord.
Ah, you got some crossbows. A lot of missile troops in this army. Holy crap! Loads and loads of archers. Good grief. Alright, you can join that army as well, I suppose. Extra general's bodyguard unit. Why not? Even more horse archers. Need some infantry, really. We need some bulk infantry. Between town militia and spear militia. Okay, spear militia are slightly better. They're still rubbish, though.
Yes. Orders, my king. Combining. Yes.
Also got a recruitment report. Good. Built some roads. Built that altar. New family member. Martha. Largest faction. Oh, cool. Spear militia have nicer hats. Well, isn't that what's important at the end of the day? Problem with this army here is like it's gonna be a little tough to try and take a settlement with it, you know. Not a lot of very good infantry. We're gonna probably really suffer in sieges. Oh boy, that's a lot of axemen we've got over here now. Oh.
Yes. Yes.
You can start marching this way. You're gonna get go reinforced with those axemen.
We go no further this day, my lord.
Spear militia, land clearance. Get some farms, roads for you. Still building mines, right? Yeah, we are. To get our economy going. To pay for all these troops, pretty much.
Yes, lord.
You guys. Council of Nobles wants us to take that.
Get marching.
Yeah.
Make camp here.
Head that way. Take it before someone else does. Just derp the AI to open the gates for you. That's not the point, though, Django. Getting in through the gates is not the hard part. Come on, dude. You've played this game before. You know this.
Yes.
Opening the gates will not be a problem. I've got catapults and all sorts of siege equipment available. That's not the issue, dude. For the uninitiated, the problem is going to be that as soon as we get into a city battle, we're going to end up on the walls and in the streets and then eventually in the town square in the middle in just an absolute meat grinder where my shitty spear militia end up having to go up against disciplined Teutonic foot soldiers, and I'm going to lose so many guys trying to beat them.
Orders, my lord. Yes.
Because when the enemy falls back to their central square, they stop routing. Morale no longer has an effect, and they fight to the death. So that's gonna suck. That's gonna suck. Some castles have 2 tiers of walls in this game. Yeah, they do actually. Although the AI's never been super good at using them. Yeah, I'll leave you there. Move you up that way. They've left this place very unguarded, haven't they? Tee-hee-hee.
God's servant.
Whoa, it's already 50%, 58% pagan. We're making inroads there. Screw you, Mr. Bishop. How are we doing down here? 32% pagan.
God's servant.
Actually, we might be losing here. Wasn't this place 60% pagan? I don't remember now. Wallolo, yes.
Yes.
Intern. Oh, there's a bunch of them out in the open over there we could go and shoot to death with horse archers. Oh, more coming from this way. Oh dear. It's the problem with being surrounded. A Novgorod diplomat dude. Oh, and the Mongols is here to say hello. Hi, Mongols.
Greetings.
Trade rights and map information. Sure.
You agree? This is outstanding news. You show much understanding. This is good.
Another candidate for adoption. Yeah, sure. Alright, that's a lot of economic buildings built. Good. Poland and the Teutonic Order are allied. Well, screw you, dickheads.
An order. You should fear us coming,
Hey,
my
boys.
enemy.
What have they got?
Their
Woodsmen.
fate is sealed, my lord.
Peasants,
They
peasants,
are
and boy are our
besieged.
sons.
We
Ugh.
await your order to move in.
Don't like the look of them.
God's servant.
Yeah, we are losing here. It's now down to 56% pagan. Well, that won't do.
How may I serve?
You get over there. I don't know if priests stack, but we're going to find out. So you're here, Karl von
It
Schwaben.
will be an honor to defeat you, dear foe.
Bugger.
Orders, my lord.
I don't really have a lot that can intercept him. He's gonna get over here. He's gonna lay siege to Hrodno.
Yes, lord.
It looks like we can get there in 2 turns at least. I wonder if he has any siege.
me
Oh, he
in the
does have
open.
siege equipment.
It will be glorious.
Crap. Probably gotta lose Hrodno then. That sucks. Unless I can reinforce them with something from here.
My
Nope,
lord.
they won't get there in time.
Yes. Orders,
Cavalry
my
will,
king.
but they'll be about as useful as a chocolate teapot in a siege battle, so...
Yes.
Alright, you guys are gonna just hang out up here. You're
Yes, lord.
gonna go up that way.
Yes.
You guys are gonna go over here.
Move out.
Join them. Recruit some of them axe dudes. More Tartar lancers. And you guys are going
Orders,
south.
my lord. Forward.
Hopefully you can get there and relieve the
Move
siege.
onward tomorrow.
Maybe. Or if not, try and take the town back.
Yes, lord.
That's the idea.
Orders, my lord. Yes.
It's not a very good plan, but it is a plan.
Your
Meanwhile,
will shall
let's
be
take this
obeyed.
place.
We march to our enemy's doom.
So yeah, he's got these woodsmen, which are 12 attack. Yeah, nice. Big axes. These boyar sons, which are not bad.
Show no mercy to our people's enemies.
It's going to be another hill fort type deal, I wonder. There we go. It's much better weather.
Await my order.
Alright. Yep, it's another one of these. I'm gonna go over here. The soundtrack of the Teutonic expansion reminds me a lot of The Witcher, which is probably appropriate, really, when you think about it. Oh, this might be an interesting fight. Let's see. What you guys going to do? You going to stay put, or are you going to fall back? Looks like they're going to fall back. Right, you go throw some spears at those boyar sons. Yeah, they're just gonna blob up in the square. How annoying. Oh, I see. You can throw your own little sticks, can you? That makes things interesting. Oh my god, how far can we go here? Up over this hill. Oh god, your formation is a disaster. Just do that. Okay. I was hoping you might charge, but probably too close for that. Chop them up! Oh, I see a lot of them going down. That's good. You guys come back. Charge them from the rear. See, that was a charge.
The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Alright, good. So far, so good. How many of them are left? 13 of them. Hurry up, boys. Oh, running away. Got him.
We have captured the enemy's general. That will teach the cowardly dog to turn tail and run.
Well, that's that dealt with. Where are my archers at? Yeah, you're gonna go shoot the woodsman. In fact, you guys. Enable skirmish mode. You can go shoot. Well, throw some sticks at the woodsman as well. Oh, you can shoot them from here, can you? Wow, okay. Underestimating the range of my archers there. Are they going to come running all the way down here now? Looks like they are. Are they wavering? Wavering. If they could take a charge. Routing broken, there we go. No more shooting, please. That's enough. That just leaves them with 2 units of peasants, right?
Our men are winning the battle.
Hey.
If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Right, you boys, don't just march on over there. Let the general chase these buggers down. Attempt to chase them down anyway. Emphasis on attempt. God, I was playing Medieval 1 recently. and it's amazing how much better the chase down routing enemies pathfinding was in the old games, like the really old games. They've just they've gently escorted them back to the square. That's what we've done. We haven't run them down at all. We've escorted them back. I'm wondering, kind of, can we set up like an archer firing squad here at the end? That could be quite funny. Go out, charge them properly, like properly, actually charge them. Yes! I want to see bodies flying through the air. Oh, they're not getting back up, are they? Haha, good. Ooh, they come in this way. Have we poked them and now they're coming to attack us? Have we done a Cisco? Looks like we have. Or not? They're looking a bit indecisive now. Get it, boys! Oh, now they're routing.
Are winning the battle. If we continue like this, we will smash the enemy.
Let's just get in there and finish off the rest of them.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Damn you, pitchforks. No! How humiliating. Quite vicious looking pitchforks, aren't they, when you really look at them? Some of these pitchforks are like barbed, you know? They're like more like tridents. Where is the general? Where is he? Good question. He's near somewhere. There he is. Being poked by peasants. Maybe we should... Alright, fall back now. Be a stupid way to lose him, wouldn't it? As much as these guys are making mincemeat out of the peasants. I wonder, actually. Attack 3, defense 3, attack 6, defense 9. Okay, we should massacre them. I was just wondering about how bad my spear militia actually were there for a minute. Have at 'em. Kill some peasants. Speed this up a bit. Oh, the button is to hide the HUD. If there is one. There's buttons to toggle individual elements of it, but not the whole thing. That's annoying. I like being able to turn it all off and get a nice cinematic view. Well, I know it's K to hide the HUD in Rome too, but Madmanon, that is possibly one of the most useless pieces of information you could have possibly provided. The teacher just asked you what is the sum of 2 plus 2, and you put your hand up and said, I don't know, but 3 plus 3 is 6. I'm only teasing you, dude, but yeah, I wasn't, I'm afraid, very helpful. There we go, finally.
We must pursue all.
I think we pushed them out of their square enough that they started to rout there.
We have won here today.
It had one dude remaining. Where is he? I want to find him now. Where is this one dude they had remaining? There he is. There's one dude defending the pub with his pitchfork. We get any casualties healed? Yeah, some cavalry militia. General's bodyguard's getting loads of experience though, which is nice.
A crushing victory!
Oh, if we sacked it, we'd kill a whole 2 people and gain 0 florins. Wow. If we exterminated, we'd kill a whole 2 people and gain 0 florins. How many people live in this village? 402 apparently. Oh dear. Ah, bonus cash, nice. I'm glad they rewarded me with cash and not just a random unit of archers. Nice one, right. Get you some farms.
Yes, Lord. Yes.
Our financials looking not too bad, actually. Those 2 were chosen by the village council. Florin, we're using Italian money on Baltic coast. I mean, more than one country used friggin' florins, dude. We used to have florins in Britain. Admittedly, probably not accurate for medieval Lithuania, but, you know, you'd be surprised. A florin was worth 2 shillings, I think. Wasn't it? Yeah.
Orders, my lord.
It does occur to me if we took everybody except the siege engines, we'd get there a lot faster, but not fast enough, sadly. More spear militia. Do you know what? The cavalry militia, I've turned my nose up at them, but they're not that bad. Mostly because of their missiles. What do I want to do with this diplomat? I guess I'll send him to go speak to Novgorod, I guess.
Tomorrow's journey awaits.
Wikipedia says 6 shillings. Well, you know, over the hundreds and hundreds of years we used that system of currency, I probably varied a lot, but the sources I read relatively recently for like sort of the Victorian era was the florin was 2 shillings. Wait, it was shillings, right? Yeah, I think it was shillings. Because there were 20 shillings was 20 shillings or sometimes 21 shillings was worth £1 or 10 florins. £12 for a shilling. 12 pennies, or 24, 48, 48 farthings, or 24 halfpennies, 4 threepenny bits. Oh god, pre-decimal currency was a nightmare. Don't know how people survived.
Yes, orders, my lord.
Orders, my king.
I feel like I want to do something for these poor dudes, but there's nothing I can do other than maybe recruit some crossbowmen for them. What kind of walls does this place have? Is it just wooden walls? Oh dear. So if we had stone walls, we could put crossbowmen on. It might actually be a good idea to build some of them, but... 2 units of spear militia. Hope for the best, I guess. We ready to do some ploughing business? Or some ploughing business?
Yes, lord.
Ah, The Witcher. I need to get back and finish the rest of The Witcher. It's always like at the bottom of my to-do list though, because it's not a hugely popular series on YouTube in terms of views. So every time I have to organise the priority of jobs I need to do, with The Witcher always ends up at the bottom. And you just sit down one weekend where I've got a bit of extra free time and then just bash through the rest of the main story in like 1 or 2 sittings, and then figure out all the footage later.
Yes, lord.
That's what I need to do. Then we can finally call The Witcher done.
Yes.
This campaign is Teutonic, then where's all the Teutons? You're looking at them right there.
It will be an honor to defeat you, dear foe.
These dickheads. It's interesting that they didn't give them the German voice set.
Face me in the open. It will be glorious.
They gave them the sort of weird generic Eastern European voice set instead.
Orders, my lord.
Enter. Oh, hello, Novgorod. You gonna save me a trip? It might be.
Greetings.
Alliance, trade rights, and map information, huh? Well, alright then, yeah. I don't see why not.
We shall not soon forget this. This is wonderful. Your time.
It's more than I could have hoped for.
We thank you.
I only wanted like an alliance, you know, trade rights and map information from him, but an alliance? Hell yeah. Another candidate for adoption. No, don't like the look of you. New mission. Send an emissary to Denmark. Oh, I suppose they do have a little spit of land up here, don't they? Still, it's going to take ages to get there, man.
At once.
Bloody hell.
Tomorrow's
3
journey
turns.
awaits.
Crumbs.
God's servant.
Told Villas the chivalrous. It feels appreciated. Extra loyalty. Nice. More farms done. More dudes recruited. Quite a lot of dudes recruited, actually. Oh, they haven't actually laid siege, have they? That's interesting. We still don't know anything more about them other than they've got catapults and a general.
Yes,
But
lord. Marching
fight
to
me, you
battle
bastard.
with
Come on.
pride, lord.
Fight me. Oh, we don't have enough movement points to actually get there. No, that's just annoying. I could sally forth and then have these guys arrive as reinforcements.
Yes.
My lord. Orders, my king.
Ah, they retreated. You cowards!
The enemy lies defeated. We
Relations
are
with the
victors.
Teutonic Order are abysmal, apparently. It's funny considering we are actually at war with them. Now they really don't like us. Johnny Pagan is just, he's really gone and done it now.
You will have to fight us for these waters.
Yes, Lord.
Well, on the bright side, we're on the other side of a bridge right now. Although, I think we have to stand on the bridge to take advantage of it, don't we? Unfortunately, so.
Go no further this day, my lord.
That's interesting. I didn't even notice the river until now. Alright, they can cross here, here, and here, and here, and here. Or to build forts on all of them.
Yes, Lord. Men, march.
Alright, boys. Let's see. More axemen, more Tartars.
Yes, my lord. Men, march! Forming one force.
How many Tartars have we got now? 3 units of the buggers. They're not brilliant, but I tell you what, I reckon we could get some decent work done with them. Especially with the Cuman horse archers as well.
Orders, my lord.
Man, I'm annoyed I didn't get to fight Carl here. That dick. Where did these guys come from? Holy crap. They're a little outnumbered, aren't they? Kill him! Get him!
Coming, my enemy. They deserve
Hello,
nothing
Captain
less than
Wolfgang.
death.
With your little scouting group of Knechten. These squires, basically. Yeah. They tend to the needs of the Teutonic Knights and their steeds, acting as squires in most regards. Well, they may primarily take on the role of a servant. This does not rule them out playing a part in battle. Apparently not today. I'm gonna go kill a bunch of squires, folks.
If the enemy show you mercy in battle, do.
That was Alexander Nevsky thing, wasn't it? In the quote bit there. Because the Novgorodians fought the Teutonic Order as well, didn't they? I only know that because I remember there was that very famous Soviet movie.
Our enemies look well enough, but they lack iron in their souls. That will cost them victory.
They're casually massacring a bunch of students.
Await my order.
Lamau. Silver chevron already. What's this guy's name? Oh, we'll have to find out after the battle. Where are they? They're down there. Go get them. Go get him, my pagan pals. Go on, go throw some sticks at him. Stupid squires. Gonna kill our first Teutonic Order guys of the campaign now. Their battle plan is not... I'm not sure what to make of it, frankly. Archers, shoot them. It's not so much the charge of the Light Brigade, it's more like the stroll of the Light Brigade. Oh, they're going straight for the general, huh?
The enemy are badly blooded. They have lost half their men.
Oh, now. Ooh. Oh, they're a bit indecisive. Alright, guys, stop shooting.
Look how our cowardly
Run them
foe
down.
runs. It's time to press the attack.
Take some prisoners. Oh, there he goes. That was the one Teutonic knight in charge of this little training exercise that we've happened upon. Oh, look at them all dodge all the javelins through the trees. Oh no, one of them went down. Last guy. I tell you what, these cavalry militia, like, they keep going up in my estimations. Not only are they quite useful in an actual battle, but they're quite good for running dudes down too, because they're fast, and also they can chuck spears at them as they run away. That's useful, you know.
That goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
I guess the menu wasn't kidding when it said we had good light cavalry. Men lost 0. Nice. Any experience gains? No. 7 prisoners caught. Ah, so do we ransom them, do we release them, or do we sacrifice them to the gods? I think we all know the answer to that question. This guy, oh yeah, he has dread. This guy's a baddie. All right, absolutely. What was his name? Vikintus. Merciless mauler. This man is not beneath mutilating a fallen foe to make his next enemy lose his nerve. And a proven commander. Right, go back to the village before they start throwing a tantrum.
Yes.
Taking Riga would really... That'd be really good. They wouldn't enjoy that. It's one of their better settlements, I think.
Orders, my lord.
They have, actually, there's 3 units there. I was just thinking maybe I should ride out with Teuton here and these cavalry militia to go run this guy down, but actually there's 3 units there and I don't know what they are, so better leave it for now. Do you want to build me a... How much movement have you got? Do you want to build me a watchtower over there?
We shall spot the enemy
There you go, that's probably a good idea.
Yes, Lord.
Alright, don't think there's anything else for us to do this turn, is there, really? Other than I just want to spend it on more buildings. It's probably a good idea. More investment. Brothel. I did say I was going to build one, didn't I? So we can get a spy or 2. Let's do that. Build one in the capital. What about here? We can build wooden palisade upgrade. Yes, do that. Roads. Ah, yes, this place was building mines, wasn't it? That's why it's a bit behind in the old infrastructure. What's town hall get us? Diplomats, as well as some public order bonuses. Ooh. Ah, yeah, we can upgrade our pagan places. If we upgrade it, we get Samagish and Axeman, and we also get Badgeria. Which members of the Lithuanian noble class who usually fight to accomplish what they believe are chivalrous goals or simply for the life and death adrenaline rush one can only experience on the field of battle. These nobles prefer to wield an axe in battle and wear armor similar to that of their western counterparts, but I'm going to call them badgers because it's much easier. We get some mounted badgers. Yes, do it. I want mounted badgers. You know, the religious buildings are interesting with this faction, because normally there's like a pretty clear split between towns and castles in terms of where you can recruit the good units, but not so much with Lithuania. We can build those religious buildings in either type of settlement. So, land clearance over here as well. Badger cavalry, yes. I reckon if we upgrade it even further, we can get a dismounted version of them as well. In fact, if we go to the building browser, we can find this out. Let's see. Guillotine shrines. Oh, look at that! Yeah, actually, if it's a castle, you can't build the extra levels of it, apparently. So a sanctuary gets you those guys. A temple gets you guillotines chosen. These guys. With big stonking hammer things. These men make solid infantry and their pole arms make them effective against both foot and mounted foes. Defense 24, attack 90. Wow, yeah, they're actually very good. May charge without orders. Frighten nearby enemy infantry. Combat bonus in snow. Effective against armor. Good morale and good stamina. Oof. Yeah, yeah, we want some of those. We definitely want some of those. What do the other ones get us then? I'm curious now. Dievas shrines. Sanctuary would get us Badger Ears again, and Dieva's Guard. It's Braveheart, but on his holidays in Lithuania, apparently. May charge that order. Yeah, I mean, do you know what? I view this as an absolute win. That just means less micromanagement for me. Attack 10, defense 15. Sworn to defending the earthly sanctums of the principal pagan god Dievas, these mounted warriors show no mercy to those who seek to defile his temples or sanctuaries. Warforks? They're brutal warforks. Fantastic. Abilities at a glance seems to be just good morale and not a lot else, though, so... But on the other hand, warforks, guys. What about, what's the third one? The, Perkunas. Latvian crossbowmen, Badgeria, and then the final one gets you followers of Perkunas, which are these dudes. Effective against armor, combat bonus in snow, frighten nearby enemy infantry, good stamina. Attack 13, defense 7. Perkunas is the pagan god of thunder and rain, draws especially strong worship from farmers and woodsmen. When the call to arms is made, Perkunas' followers don their robes of worship to perform a sacrificial ritual, which they believe will grant them divine strength before joining the field of battle with war scythe in hand. Fun. I mean, the Guillotines chosen by far seem to be way better than the other two options. Like, way, way, way better. These guys are just superb heavy infantry. The others are a bit whatever. Unless there's something very important I'm missing from the equation. Alright, enter and hold on to your butts. And they're reinforcing Riga, which is probably sensible. Now Novgorod's chatting with the Teutonics, don't like that. No chatting with the enemy, you! What are they up to? I think he just bribed a merchant or something. Or did the hostile takeover thing or whatever. I think that might have even been my merchant, you know. I think it probably was. Novgorod! You scumbags! I was using that 50 florins a turn. Mongols are moving around as well. This guy. Sure.
Yes.
Alright, you son of a bitch. Come here.
Yes, Lord. Confronting the enemy.
Oh, do you know what? There's a bigger army over there. Who's this? Dietrich von Schwarzenberg. Christ Knights. After suffering defeat and near annihilation at the hands of pagan forces, these few remaining members of the Livonian Order who survived the Battle of Seoul now fight alongside the Teutonic Order. Interesting.
I will see you brought to
These guys got
justice in a
mangonels.
honest battle.
Are those the ones that like chuck barrels that explode, right? It's also got Order Spearmen, Prussian archers, and clergymen. I think we should probably wipe out these guys before we do anything else.
Marching to battle with pride, Lord.
Prince Vilcus.
We have chosen the field. Now, let the battle begin.
The clergyman may also charge without orders, yeah.
Unit on my order.
Let's do this. Right, they're going to be over there. They seem to be defending some sort of abbey. Actually, they might deploy up here. I'm not sure. We should probably, like... I think I'm going to deploy our forces over here. Oh boy, yeah, I forgot we don't have a lot of actual foot infantry, do we, in this army? Loads of missile troops, though. Bloody loads of them! My god! And then we got our catapults, which I don't see being super useful to us in this battle, but hey. 2 generals' bodyguards to play with. And... oh, almost forgot the Cuban horse archers as well. The other unit of them, anyway. Alright, horse archer shenanigans, let's go. There's the clergyman. Oh, these might be an issue.
Units, move out.
What kind of range do the mangonels have on them? Sorry, the catapults. Those are mangonels. Not great. Until you'd be firing over the lip of the hill, which probably wouldn't be a good idea. Oh, hello. Quickly, kill those. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Shoot the crew. Make them rout. Oh boy. Oh, they killed 1 horse. Phew. Alright, shoot the clergyman as well. I'm too many things I want to kill right now. That's gonna go sailing over. Alright. Are we mowing down the monks? We are, good. They are now charging. Stupid monks. Alright, you guys fall back.
Very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours.
Alright, shoot those order spearmen. They seem to have formed into long columns for some reason, but whatever. These guys have relatively decent looking armor, so not going to be quite as vulnerable to archery. that our catapults firing now? Is that? No, that's the mangonels, I think. All right. What are crossbowmen doing? I forgot I had all these out at the front as well, actually. Crossbows get stuck in as well.
Only high the grace of
Nice!
the battle is very much in our favor.
Suck it, Carl.
We remain true and steadfast. Victory will be ours.
Right, don't engage the spearmen. Don't do that. That would be dumb. Just let all our missile troops skewer them. What are you doing, dude? Getting killed, that's what you're doing. You can go and kill those Prussian archers. Only shaking, these guys. Man, they got good morale. They're finally routing, yeah. There they go. Never even used the catapults in the end. Where are the mangonels at? Yep, go kill them. You guys out of arrows? Almost, yeah. Boys. Run them down.
The enemy army.
There we go.
runs. We must pursue and hunt them down.
Alright, don't need to worry about that general's bodyguard because we killed Carl, so the general's bodyguard will despawn on the campaign map. I wonder what the dudes behind him are. Oh, it's a catapult crew. You can go finish off the rest of the spearmen. I can't remember, in this game do you get to capture siege equipment, or is that the later ones? Ah, we're doing the thing where we escort them off the battlefield, are we? Shoot him in the back, boys. There you go. Got him. Got him! Well, that was probably a guaranteed victory because we outnumbered them by a hefty margin, but still, I'm very pleased with how that went in the end. Gotta pick your battles, that's how you win at the end of the day. And indeed, Karl von Schwaben has been mercilessly murdered. Can we put radar time control on slide? There we go. Just hanging around in the top corner there. I can make it do that instead. I think we're done here, right? I don't see any more enemies on the map. There's those guys, but they're over the edge of the thing. So, oh, maybe some of them are in the woods. Did we get the "we've won the battle" message? I don't remember. We did. Okay, we should be able to exit then.
All
There we go.
civilized peoples will be awed by the victory we have won here today.
24 men lost for 424. Any casualties healed? Couple of horsemen. Who got the best? Who got the most kills then? Looks like it was this unit of horsemen. Yeah, horse archers were just absolute champs as expected. How'd the crossbowmen do? They scalped a few. Oh wow, no, this unit of horsemen takes the cake apparently, although a lot of those probably were caught running away. Nice. Ooh, I think those guys on the loading screen there, those were our like god tier, you know, Dieva's Guard or whatever they're called, but upgraded with better armor. Which basically turns them into like English foot knights from the base game, which honestly, oh, man, yeah, that would be kick-ass if we could get that. All right, so we got some more prisoners.
Yes, we can pay. Please, Lord. Oh, please, Lord. Yes, release us. Why? There is no need for this.
I always love their voice lines when he mouths over the buttons. Such a funny touch.
You have earned the ransom, Lord. Take it. Yes.
Ransom accepted. All right.
They deserved nothing less than death.
Merchants' assets seized. Yeah. Cheeky Novgorodians. Prince Vilkas winning first. Oh, +1 dread, huh?
We shall not relent.
Ah, he's becoming dreadful as well. He is sociable and uninhibited. Interesting. Bit of a character, this guy. Follows the basic mandates, goes to pray often enough.
Move out. Make camp here.
Orders, my king.
Send you some tribesmen as backup.
Forward.
Oh, random rebel stack has spawned there apparently. Spear militia, I think it's mostly his insurance.
Orders, my lord.
Now then, you.
Yes.
My lord. Yeah. Move out. Forming one force. Men, march.
You've got a lot of axemen, haven't you?
Joining forces.
Not a lot of horse archers. But a lot of axemen, a lot of Tartars.
Yes, lord.
We can build something down here. Get some more of those amazing horse archers. No, yeah, honestly, that'll do for now. I think I want to send you guys back to Minsk if I can help it. Probably going to need to leave a unit of archers behind, I guess. Yeah.
We march.
Still got useless peasants. Go away. Only really good for population management, those. God, it's warm in this room right now. Flippin' heck, man. What is the time? Oh, it's time for me to stop anyway, actually. I lost track of it a bit there. Alright, ladies and gents.
An order.
As the Teutonic horde continues to pour across our western border, I leave you, apparently, as
Orders, my lord.
Vassalgus here, however you pronounce his name, of Grunwald here. He gets ready to attack Riga at some point. Prince Vilkas is defending the west, and Vikintus over here is headed back to Minsk. I shall leave you, ladies and gentlemen. We didn't really do much other than, you know, conquer a couple of small villages, but it's all building up. It's all building up. We already start off as one of the biggest factions in the game anyway. I think in fact we are the biggest faction in the game, so that's not too bad. And yeah, hopefully we can keep catching these Teutonic units like piecemeal and murder them one at a time, instead of having them all group up into one blob and then we have to actually fight them on their own terms. That would suck. So anyway, ladies and gents, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you had fun. Fair few of you did tune in the end, actually. It just took everybody a while to get here, which is fair enough. So I'll carry this on next week. So yeah, next Saturday, on Twitch, usual time, we'll continue with this campaign because I am enjoying it so far. Medieval 2 is just, what a game, man! What a game! It's so good. Yeah. So next Saturday for more of this. Tomorrow we'll be continuing Dragon Age, won't we? Where did we leave off with that last time? We were about to begin the Battle of Ostagar, weren't we? Yeah. Okay. So fun stuff is going to be happening in Dragon Age tomorrow. That's for sure. So hopefully you'll join me for that. And yeah, that's it. Oh, and on Tuesday, I'll be continuing more Divinity Original Sin 2 with Alf on his channel. Notifications for that will be posted in Discord and on Twitter when it happens. But we had a lot of fun with that last week, so looking forward to continuing that as well. So yeah. Anyway, enough blabbing. Let's do a save before I forget. Stream 1. Done. Ladies and gents, thank you very much. Is there anyone we could raid? I was hoping maybe Variax was streaming. Is he though? I mean, sometimes the raid menu doesn't actually tell you all the people who are online, so... No. Alright, never mind. Sometimes Variax streams on the weekend, sometimes he doesn't. Alright, cheers everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Toodaloo.